Hey guys, Ultra Maximus official merchandise is now available on my Spring store. Help support the channel and shop by clicking the link below.
Oh, hey, look, it's He-Man. That is not, that actually is He-Man.
By the power of Grayskull. You suck.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another retro review, and today we're going to rewind it all the way back to 1985 with a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Series 4 figure. It's Thunder Punch He-Man. Now this was one of my favorite Masters of the Universe figures as a kid. In fact, I think this has got to be in my top 5. It might be number 2 next to my original vintage He-Man figure, the original classic one, and the Skeletor with the little dragon squirt gun on the back, tongue lasher. This was definitely a top for me, and I was super happy to get this back into my collection. I picked it up from eBay for about $50 shipped, which actually is not too terribly bad of a price considering the condition of this figure. It is glorious, way better than the one I had as a kid. So let's go ahead and take a look at him here. So looking at the figure, it's in really good shape. Like I said, the first thing, let's take a look at his shield and sword. I'm always afraid that's going to break when I pull that out. I don't know how well that chrome plastic has held up. It's super shiny still. None of the chrome has rubbed off of it, which is super amazing. And then we've got the little power sword here that is gold. That was cool to get a gold power sword. So looking at the shield itself, I like all the little rivets on it, the front and back of it. Again, surprised it has held up over the years. This figure was really well taken care of. Here is the Origins version of the shield and sword. So let's just do a quick comparison between the two. Put the sword back in here, and here we go. As you can see, the Origins version much larger than the vintage, and the sword's definitely different. That sword's a lot lighter, gold. The backs of them, again, different. The Origins ones, handles way bigger, would never fit into that figure's hand, unfortunately. But yeah, let's look at the power swords. Compare these two together. Obviously, the vintage is a lot lighter than the Origins. It's a darker gold. It's also a more solid plastic. It's about the same height, but the dimensions on some of the other parts are different. And of course, the vintage one was meant to go with a Skeletor power sword back in the day. But yeah, interesting to see the two compared for sure. Now, articulation on this guy here. Head moves back and forth. That's really about it. Arms move up and down. Both of them here. We do have a twist, but that's because of the gimmick. I'll show off in a minute. Then we've got this kind of rubber band joint at the hips. And the whole thing, man, this thing looks gorgeous. Not a scuff on the chrome. Paint's in great shape. Just really, really, really nice figure. So the whole gimmick on this guy was he would punch like this. So all the He-Man figures could punch, but he had a special punching power because he had this little backpack, and you open this up and you were able to put caps in there, like from a cap gun. So you put these little caps in there, and this has been used. You can see the cap dust in there, and this little piece here would ignite the cap when He-Man would punch, and it would make a loud pop noise. And this thing always smelled like a cap gun, and I loved it. But yeah, that was the gimmick on this. Could never do that today, unfortunately. It's a solid rubber head, unlike most of the Moti figures had a kind of a hollow rubber head. But yeah, that's it for articulation on this vintage He-Man. Taking a closer look at the figure itself, it's got that classic He-Man head sculpt that I love. There's something just different about this versus the Origins figures. It's the same one that we got on the original He-Man, but we've got a different body. I love the backpack there. I think that looks really cool. The chrome looks good. His tan is darker on the vintage He-Mans than it is in the Origin figures. I'm not really sure why. They just couldn't get that tone, but the reds and it's almost an orangish red. There's something about it that I just love. Now looking at the midsection of the figure, again, we get this backpack that holds the caps, and then he's got the H He-Man logo with all the chrome. That looks great. He's got the orange belt. It's a really nice dark orange belt on there. We got the chrome shield and the gold sword, the orange gauntlets painted on him, and it's a different color than the original figure, which I like. And yeah, just something about this guy I really liked. I liked the color scheme. I liked the gimmick. Although he always was kind of cocked over to the left a little bit like he was in mid-punch, my original figure was exactly the same way. Now taking a look at the legs of the figure, he's got his big He-Man bulgy legs. The fur loincloth is basically the same that we saw in the original figure. It's the same mold the legs are of the original figure. However, we have different colored painted boot straps down there, and he's got this kind of grayish white fur tops on the boots, which was definitely different from the original He-Man figure that just had the brown. So I liked the white around the top of the boots. I thought that was really cool. It just kind of broke up the colors and gave this particular He-Man a different look. For comparison, here we have the vintage Thunder Punch He-Man next to the Origins Thunder Punch He-Man, and there are a lot of differences between the two. The original He-Man's got a much darker tan on there. He's got the armor that's more molded towards his chest versus the Origins. The H is about the same on both, but the new Origins has like silver paint around the H and shield, whereas we had chrome on the original. The sword and shield are very, very different, and the boots have a whiter fur on the new version, and the head's just not right on the new version. But I do have to say that the newer one stands and poses way better. So is the vintage Masters of the Universe 1985 Thunder Punch He-Man something that you want in your Masters of the Universe collection? Well, if you are a fan of the original Masters of the Universe collection, if you collect those old vintage figures and you like He-Man, this is one that you want. I mean, this is one of the most iconic variations of He-Man in that whole toy line. It's a Cap Pop toy. We just don't get those anymore. I don't even think they're allowed to make them anymore. I used to have an old RoboCop that was the same way. Absolutely loved the gimmick, loved the look of the character, loved the update. I wish he was in the show. I don't think he was ever actually in the show itself. I remember seeing him in maybe some animation cartoons, but never, or commercials, but never the actual show, which is a shame. I'd love to see this version of the character show up in a version of Masters of the Universe. It's definitely very cool. You can get this guy out there still. Like I said, I paid $50, and I did so because of the condition that was in. All the chrome is still in perfect condition. There's very little paint issues. In fact, I think the only paint rub is on his hair, and it's kind of hard to see. It stands really well for an old vintage figure, and I'm just thrilled to have him back in the collection. So there he is! The vintage Masters of the Universe Thunder Punch He-Man. Hey guys, I want to give a shout out to my top subscribers and to my newest subscribers. Thank you all so much for helping grow the channel. Remember, for every 1,000 subscribers, I'll give you, the fans, a chance to win a free action figure. If you don't see your name and want to be included, like this video, add a comment down below telling me to add you, and of course, subscribe. Thanks again, and look for more videos in the future.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos. And follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.